and or no one will deter us from delivering city services to our residents during this work stoppage. We will do everything that we possibly can to ensure that we're making your public health and safety our #1 priority. We are arranging for 63 temporary drop-off locations around Philadelphia where our
The face of failure.
any work stoppage. And this is one of them.
Let's take a look at that again. This is failure. This is the face of failure in a black community, right? This is the face of failure. You see, this is what happens when you put women in charge of everything. In charge of your churches, in charge of your cities, in charge of your armies, your military, your civil rights movements, right? This is what happens when you replace Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers with Keisha, right? With the Keishas and the Ketas and the Marquitas and so on and so forth, right? I don't want to keep saying names. I might say a name and then somebody get offended. They think I'm talking about them personally, right? But this is the face of failure. When you as a man, what did the Bible say? Right? A woman should not be allowed to usurp power from a man. But what did men, particularly black men, what did they do? Gave all the power to black women. Right? And what did they do? Spit in your fucking face every chance they get and try to emasculate you. Right? And act like they are stronger than men. They're in charge. They know what's going on. They got it all figured out. While everything crumbles, right? Everything around them crumbles. But then, just like her, they're going to stand up and yell into the microphone and talk loud and be boisterous, right? And oblivious to the destruction that's taking place under their feet and around them. And if you say anything, hey, you're abusive, you're a misogynist, right? You're a homophobe, you're a xenophobe, you're something, right? But shit could be crumbling all around you. And if you try to help, they'll tell you, stand back. We got this. While the shit crumbling, and if you say anything, you get called some names or something. Right? But if you like a Pookie and you add to the destruction, then you my kind of nigga. Right? This is the face of failure. This is the state of failure. And it's going to continue because there's no stopping it. There ain't no stopping us now. That's right. It ain't no stopping it. What can you do? Nothing. Right? Nothing but watch it burn. Like the Joker. All you can do is watch it burn. But I digress. Let's watch some more of this madness from coming straight out of Philly. Right? It's crazy.
We are illegal. I've had to deal with a plane crash, an explosion, deadly fires, mass shootings, a school district that we're fighting for funding for, mass transit that we're trying to get funding from Harrisburg for, $1 billion in revenue lost to the city of Philadelphia because we have vacant commercial buildings in town that are no longer being occupied, that we need to get converted to residential.
That's your job. What are you complaining for? That's your job. If you really wasn't about that life, you should have stayed home. Right? I mean, that's your job. I mean, look at this. Look at this is Philly right now, right? This is Philly. It's crazy. I mean, you look at, for instance, Baltimore. They got Brandon Scott. He's doing an excellent job. You had to salute this man, right? He's doing an excellent job. Young man, you gotta stand up and salute him. That's why you put men in charge. I'm just saying, like, look at Philly and then go an hour down the road and look at Baltimore. Baltimore is turning. He's trying to turn it. I don't know if he can make it at this point. It might be too far gone, but he's doing a bang up job with what he got. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing a great job with what he was given. When they had Sheila Dixon, all these black females, what was happening? What was happening? All hell was breaking loose, right? All kinds of real estate scams. They getting settlements for the real estate shit. They stealing the money. I think it was 2 of the female mayors went to jail, right? Did any of the male mayors go to jail in Baltimore? I think it was just the 2 female mayors went to prison for embezzlement. And the city was deteriorating. Right? This is the situation. This is why the Bible is correct. You never put women in leadership positions over your children, over nothing. Over your children, over your business, over war, military, your governments, over nothing. The schools, nothing. Because if you do, what's going to happen? What's happening now? Once you put women, that's why the Bible says there is no wickedness above that of women. And that would be a true statement, right? There is no wickedness above that of women. That is a fact. That is not biblical hyperbole. Once you put them in charge, right, everything's going to start to deteriorate. They're going to come up with feminism. They're going to come up with some alphabetic agendas. They're going to come up with, you don't have to listen to your father. They're going to usurp power from the father to the children and give it to the children. They're going to turn the whole goddamn thing upside down in a matter of years. And ain't going to be no fixing it. I mean, this is Philly. Fucking travel alert. If you live or you going to Philly, you better be cognizant of the mayhem that's taking place. Right? And look at this. This is the face of failure. You see? This belligerent, they're belligerent, oblivious, disrespectful. And then now the whole city, got to suffer. So not only your family, right, got to suffer, your whole goddamn community got to suffer, right? Under this type of foolishness that you was warned about. I mean, you could go back to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We go back to the Bible and see the wisdom of the Bible when they said, I suffer not a woman to teach. You see? There's no wickedness above that of women. Right? The woman introduced the man to sin. Eve bit the apple, etc., etc. I'm not saying this because I'm a misogynist, right? Or I hate women. I'm just saying it's because that's the natural order of things, and they was trying to tell you from the very beginning, thousands of years ago. Wise men who had already peaked game, over hundreds of years, was writing this. There's no wickedness above that of women. Do not let women usurp power. They was making that shit plain. right? They was making this shit plain and trying to warn you not to get into this type of thing because what it would lead to in your communities and your families. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it firsthand. I'm not talking about something I heard. I'm not talking about just Philly. I'm talking about the shit I've seen in my household growing up with my own mother, female family members, etc. Right? This shit is madness. It's pure fucking madness. And somebody gotta tell the truth, right? It leads to mad. Look at this. Somebody got a rainbow out there. Oh my God, right? They protesting for, for their rights or whatever. Somebody done bust out they got a rainbow. What the fuck is that? At the protest for, you know, the union protest. I don't understand. It's just, it's pure madness, right? They tell, hey, civil rights is, gay rights is civil rights. What the fuck are you talking about? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, these men didn't get shot for gay rights. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I gotta tell the truth, right? They didn't get shot over no motherfucking gay rights. They got shot over civil rights for all black people, men and women. And if you probably gay, right? Generally, people let you ride out. But now the shit getting out of hand. When you want to usurp your position or power. That shit is problematic. And somebody got to tell the truth, right? That shit is problematic. It has to be dealt with. Or you gonna get what you getting in Philly. Philly is just you looking at this female mayor in Philly is just a symptom of a bigger problem, right? Philly is just a symptom of a bigger problem. And it's not going to be fixed. You know what I mean? It's not going to be fixed by like normal methods. Right? There's no such thing as a female king, the woman king. You know what I mean? Like everything's upside down. It's totally satanic. Right? The woman king and all this bullshit, right? Where are you getting this from? A king is a man. The woman in the royalty would be considered a queen. How can you can't call her? There's no precedent for calling a woman a king. It's just satanic confusion. You see? It's just satanic confusion. Oh, let's call a woman a king. They make a movie called The Woman King. Let's confuse these Negroes. No, that would be a queen. We already got a name for that. We don't need to make the woman the king. She can't. The Bible says a woman is not to usurp power from a man. Stupid. So what the fuck are you talking about, the woman king? I mean, if you peep game, you can really just see the satanic agenda in all of that. Right? If you ain't got your head up your ass. You can see the satanic agenda. Right? A little play on words. Right? Where they start, sprinkling the agenda. And then next thing you know, you got women who abandon their children. Right? You got women who abandon their children. Do I have to say it? And create trauma, for their children. That they have to live with for the rest of their life. You create traumatic situations dysfunction within families. And then what do it lead to? Cities full of trash, crime, right? garbage everywhere, gangs, murder, mayhem, rape, robbery, pillaging, overrun, gentrification, you name it. Miseducation, Dr. Carter G. Woodson, the miseducation of the Negro, right? Bullshit churches who don't teach the Bible. They teach you that it's okay to be a homosexual in church, even though that's not in the Bible. They teach you that a woman is in charge of men, is over top of a man. The women can be in charge of men. Women can be in charge of the families. None of which is true. None of which is true. Women can be the president. They should be leading everything. Blah, blah, blah. And then when shit goes sideways and haywire, everybody standing around, they scratching their head. Hey, what's going on around here? Why is all this trash everywhere? Why the city turned into a dump? Why are these people getting murdered? Why are the children getting murdered? Why are my sons getting murdered? Why are my cousins getting murdered? Why is the divorce rate so high? Why we got all this syphilis and these babies got syphilis everywhere? Why? Why is all this going on? You know why it's going on. Just don't want to admit the truth, right? I ain't gonna make this too much longer, but you know why this shit is going on. And it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop it in a bad way, right? This shit is gonna end in a very bad way. I said it before. It's gonna end in the worst way. And then you'll get the full understanding, right? You'll get a full understanding of what the fuck this is about. The natural order thing will be restored by God, whether you like it or not. And see, here's the thing about women, particularly black women, but because they just prisoners of war. But here's the thing about women. They're very malleable. Like, for instance, they snapping their neck and snapping and talking shit now. The minute you drop that hammer on their ass, like and overall, like I'm talking about like war, whatever, some shit go down, right? Revolution, war, whatever, and you drop the hammer and you tell them, listen, ain't no more of that shit. You know what they're gonna do? Okay, no problem. That's just how they are. You giving a motherfucker enough rope, they're gonna hang themselves. That's what I'm saying, right? That's just how they are. Whoever winning, that's my side. If you tell them, listen, if shit flip, like my man Killmonger say, this shit gonna flip and then we gonna be on top. When this shit flip and we go back on top as men and et cetera, and universal law of universal man and universal woman get re-implemented according to the Bible and the universe, the natural order things in the universe, you know what these women gonna do? You know what they're gonna do? Once they see how real this shit is, whatever the fuck they told, whatever they delegate, they gonna get right back in the order. You gonna say, hey, listen, all that flag, all that rainbow shit and all these, you know, all this whatever this these alphabet agendas and all of this I don't know what color, what is that, the flag, whatever, feminist shit, whatever the type of shit y'all got going. You gotta burn that shit, get out of here with that. Don't let me catch you doing none of that around here, right? You gotta stay in order according to these laws, right? The laws of universal man and universal woman. Do you understand? You fucking understand me. Or if not, there will be judgment. There must be judgment. Hold on. Go over there and get, she out of order? Go get her. Bring her here. Read her the law. Okay, you don't agree with the law? No, I don't agree with the law. I do whatever I want. Okay. Take her out and take care of that. Go talk, have a counselor, talk to her, counsel her, and, get her mind right. If she don't get her mind right, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to put her through some disciplinary techniques. And you know what the rest of them going to do? Sir, yes, sir. All right, burn all that shit, and then y'all go put some goddamn clothes on and get in order. Right? Somebody going to delegate to you what you need to be doing. Whether that be your husband, etc., your grandfather, your husband, your father, your uncle, the dude over here, he might be your cousin. I don't know, he's in charge of whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. And then we're gonna organize this shit and get everything in order. You understand? Oh, sir, yes, sir. That's how that's gonna go. And then it'll flip and it'll be in order, and that'll be the end of it. Women are malleable. It's a matter of, if you let them get away with this shit, they're gonna run with it. But once you put them in order, and you put the order in and say, look, this is the order, it is non-negotiable according to God and the universe. They're going to say, okay, no problem. They're going to say, these motherfuckers ain't playing, and yeah, I'm just going to, do what I got to do. I'm good. Ain't going to be no woman king leading a revolt against men to overthrow men and, capture or kill the men that won't submit. This is not a movie, dog. That's not going to happen. The shit going to be put in order. They're going to get in the line, and that'll be the end of it. And then men will learn from their mistake by never letting that shit happen again. Because they saw how bad it was, right? They saw how terrible the cities were becoming, how bad the household, what happened to their children, what happened to their grandfather, etc., what happened to their fathers. And then the men say, you know what, we'll never allow that shit to happen again. Never. At any cost. You see? That's how that'll work. It's real simple. So, because these women are going to follow the leader. This shit is a symptom of bad leadership. Right? Bad leadership in a horrible society. Right? A horribly run satanic society where you got people like your leader is Barack Obama, Mr. Gay Marriage. That's your leaders. And you wonder why you in shape that you in. And his wife is talking shit to him now about to leave him. She done got the bag. She done, that whole thing ran its course. She done had fun, had her kids. She a millionaire. She'll take one of the mansions on the beach and, 10, 20 million and ride out. See you, motherfucker. Bye. Go get herself a, boyfriend somewhere and just chill out with her kid. Hang out with the kids on the holiday. Fuck him. Right? I mean, who's fooling who is the question. You see? He can't even get no respect from her now. But she ain't gonna respect him because she know he a total sellout anyway. Deep down, she know the truth that this Negro is a fucking sellout. And a woman ain't never gonna respect nobody like that. I mean, Betty Shabazz wouldn't even respect Malcolm, and he was far from that. He was a straight soldier. And she left him 3 times and cheated on him. Because the shit is out of order. Right? But I ain't gonna belabor that point. That's all I got on that for now. Travel alert for Philly, though. Be careful if you out in Philly. Shit look like shit's going sideways out in Philly, man. So watch your step out in Philly.